Welcome back to our Dream in the Woods. Today we're going to start sheeting the barndominium. Sheathing. We're doing the zip system. So we're just figuring out, we're going to start with the upper corners, lower corners, and then start working our way in. A little bit of a bummer, I bought a new nailer, coil nailer, but I do not have the nails. They said it arrived today. They were at the post office. Post office refused to go dig it out of a pallet, so we don't have those. I do have my DeWalt nailer. It's not ideal, but we're going to start tacking them up with the DeWalt and get a pattern going, and so yeah, bummer. Anyway, let's get to it. We did do a little more work as far as getting the plates on for the electrical chases, so we basically have the entire perimeter wire chases with those plates on it. Finished that upper section this morning, so now all the girts and blocking is done up there, and all the blocking's finished on this gable end. I did run out of those plates. I need 5 more to get power up above this door here, and then down into that. It'd be nice to have electrical outlet right there. So, but everything else is all blocked up and complete, ready to get going. So this is our system for carrying them. Just put that up with a little tie wire. It seems a little loose. I think I'll get another pair so we can work off of both sides. That's good. We're working on the corners. First piece went up okay. Actually took 2 tries, but that's what it looks like. You may not like it, but it doesn't have the full complement of nails. We're going to wait for the nails to come in with the other pneumatic nailer and finish the nails. Eric's up there doing the math on the next sheet. These corners are a bit complicated. This one especially, because some of those girts travel through into the next bent. So we're going to have to cut around those. So 2 corners up, working on the third. Well, getting going the next day here, we were able to get 3 upper corners on yesterday, and they're time consuming, but it's going and it's working. The other corner was hopefully the most complicated board to go on. So that one there, where we had to notch around those 2 girts. We ended up making 2 trips. Just hard to get a precise measurement on that left side with an angle, so we went up there twice. So let's sheet in this corner next. I think maybe we'll put the bottom ones on, which should be simpler. I can't put this one on because it needs a plate, but anyway, then after we get the corner secured, then we'll come through and fill in the upper wall, which needs to be on there in order to put the roof on, so which is sitting right there for next weekend. So I don't know, pressure on always, lots to do. Erik and Dean will both be here today, and we'll see what we can get done. Well, we're coming across this side, bit windy. It's not really bothering us too bad yet. It's supposed to calm down in a couple hours or hour and a half or something like that. We made a template to notch around those 2 rafter beams as you come around. So that is helping things out. Things are starting to look green. So those are all the full sheets. Center ones, the majority of them should be just 24 inches. And so they should go up pretty rapidly. Yeah, windy. We're gonna go in for lunch. Weather forecast says this is the peak of the wind. So we're hoping so. Work on the other side. Yeah, the next morning here, we were able to get the centerpieces in this east wall, upper wall. So that is ready for the roof to go on as far as that wall goes. Well, not necessarily, because I still have to put some nails in. The nails are going to get picked up at the post office this morning, and I'll put the full complement of nails. And then we need the small strips here to fill in. So we should have 6 pieces there. The inside pieces are fine. You can cut those down to 24 inches or less, and so you can get 2 sheets. But these outside vents, how we're bringing that sheet to the corner, including the 2 inches for the fence and blocking, makes that gap more than 24 inches, more like 26 plus. So that didn't have that in my calculations, but we have enough on site for right now. So things for today. This is my last day before I have to go back to work, so I'll get those on, get the nails in, and then, you know, ideally I'd put at least the corners in down below, but I also have the pressure of getting those rafters cut and flattened, sealed. There's work there to do, so I'm probably going to switch to that. So chilly out this morning, full on fall. Temperatures waking up here in the upper 30s, so feels like hunting season. And Dean and I are able to get the upper pieces on, the center pieces, so that's done, and got the first corner piece up, and they 1/2 inch on bottom and about a 1/2 inch on top is a 10-foot sheet, so I lucked out there. Got the new nailer going. This is the one I ended up getting, Metabo HPT, and goes from 2 inch to 3 1/4, doing 6 inches on the perimeter, at least 8 inches in the field. So shooting good?
Yeah, better, yeah.
Better. I need to figure out how to change this trigger to rapid fire. I played with it last night. I couldn't figure it out. Rapid fire. Okay, actually had to read the manual, but this little locking pin was in the trigger that needed to be pulled out. And so then that was able to toggle this piece there from single to kind of automatic. So now it should fire when you push it in if you have the trigger to press. So give it a try. So let's see what happens. So looks like Dean's got all this pretty well dialed in. So now I should be able to pull the trigger down. Seems faster. Doesn't like that. Whoa. Whoa. My left hand not as good. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's working good. Pretty good. That one needs to be driven in, but these are perfect. You want them to just be flush on the inside of the nail head, so they do protrude out just a bit. So those look good. Nail gun's working. A little more dangerous now. That's it. Notching out for the bolts on the bracket. So we'll goop those up with tar when we're done. Should fit in good. All right, we got the four lower corners on, and so I think we're stopping putting any more sheathing up. Dean and I went up and got all the measurements on the rafter beams so I can cut those later, but I just wanted two people to kind of do that. Dean's going to go up now and continue nailing the rest of the nails on the uppers. The pneumatic nailer is working like a champ, and I'm going to switch gears and work on this next cedar board. It's an 18-footer that needs to come across there. So I can get that project done and knocked off the list. So I got that long 18-footer and then a short one to go. So as far as waiting for the roof, once this is nailed off and the rafters cut, then we will be good to go for putting the SIP panels on. So it's looking good, looking green. To be honest with you, I kind of liked it bare, naked, with just timber, but we put all the wood you ever could want into this thing to get ready, so it's ready. Well, while Dean was up there nailing away, I was able to get the last two cedar boards in, and so that project is complete. I can cross that off my list. Time consuming. I think it's one of those things where you say, if I ever build a house, that's how I would do it. This is how I do it. Todd helped me along the way of how to seal that up, and suggested milling some cedar boards instead of using pressure treated. Pressure treated wasn't going to be thick enough anyway, so we'd have had to firm out. Anyway, I'm happy with it. So this side got completely nailed, so it's good. The four corners are completely nailed. So the only thing left as far as nailing is this east wall. And that nail gun is working like a champ, so I don't think it'll take that long to zip down there and pop all those nails in. Dean counted it up today. We shot about 1,400 nails, so it takes a lot. Dean and I also marked the rafters to length on both sides, so now we can just run a string line and go. So like I said, I've been putting it off. It didn't get done. Needs to. So I have 2 days off before we go live on putting the roof on. But tomorrow and the next day I have to go to my job. So pretty happy with the progress, but always more. I don't feel like I've been doing a very good job as far as filming. There's a lot of repetitive stuff going on here. I could be a little more innovative on my videoing, but honestly just been going as hard as I can, and same with Erik and Dean and everyone else that's been helping out here. We've been working hard. So pretty good spot. Of course it could be further, but look forward to getting the SIP panels on, and then fascia, metal, underlayment, all that kind of stuff, finishing up the sheathing also needs to happen. So all kinds of stuff happening, lots of work to do. So appreciate everyone watching. Keep hitting like, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you in this next video. Have a good evening.